It's about passion for a sport we all enjoy. It's about conservation, education, community, and fellowship. It's about a single voice of strength. It's about being part of a common cause for the common good. It's about you. It's about us. It's our time to come together.
We're asking you to join us
and become a proud member of American Catfish Association. You'll be happy you did. They're doing a great job.
Yeah, they are.
Welcome, everybody, to the first edition of ACA Live. Thank you for joining us. Tonight, we're going to talk about several things, including tournaments, some conservation news. We had a tip and technique lined up, but unfortunately, they're having some technical issues, so we're going to have to wing it there. And, of course, you have a chance to win some great prizes. Tonight, we are joined, as we will every week, we'll be joined by a guest host. And tonight's guest host is the one other, Alex Nagy from Twisted Cat Outdoors. Hey, Alex, how are you?
Doing good. Doing good. Thanks, Glenn.
So, Alex, you had an event yesterday, and you had some interesting weather, I understand.
Yeah, no, it was very interesting. It was a fun weekend. You know, Saturday we had the Calvin Meyer Memorial that we helped with, and they had 40 boats. That was rain all day, consistent rain, plus high winds. So rough water, lots of rain, a little chilly. And then Sunday was the Twisted Cat Outdoors tournament. We had 62 boats in Fort Madison, Iowa. Didn't have any rain, but had a lot of high winds, 20 to 25 consistent winds, and gusts to 35 miles an hour. So made for some rough fishing conditions, but still overall a good weigh-in. I think 32 out of the 62 boats weighed. Big fish was big. It was a channel cat, 12.55, so that's a great size channel cat, and that's a good fishing pool up there. But obviously, with the wind, makes it a little rough and tough to fish it.
Yeah. Now, for those that don't know, Alex also chairs the ACA Tournament Alliance. And Alex, we've got some great news on for the Tournament Alliance. We just received it last week, latter part of last week.
Yeah, that's really great news.
It was the final piece to the puzzle.
It was definitely the final piece of the puzzle for sure. It's been a lot of work, and you've done a ton of work to get it to where it's at today, and all the Tournament Alliance members, everybody working together for the greater good of tournaments and helping each other out. So that's something really cool with the Alliance that I've seen this year, working with other trails across the country and learning, maybe a rule that they had that I didn't, or vice versa, and little things that we can help each other, from live feeds to weigh-ins to all that stuff.
Yeah, no, it's incredible as far as how well everybody's working together and what everybody can learn from one another. And the anglers and the points program, and there's just so many things that are going on now. On top of your chance to win a brand new Sea Ark boat, and the wrap is being done this week, and we hope to unveil the giveaway boat at the Sea Ark Invitational next week, and it's going to be cool. But on top of that, after this final piece of the puzzle went into place last week, and I'll tell you what that final piece was in a minute, the ACA Tournament Alliance is now offering over $100,000 in cash and prizes. Is that unbelievable? Alex, did you think that was possible, let's say 8 months ago when we started talking about the Alliance?
No, I didn't. It's like I said, catfishing's still small on the on the spectrum, but as we talked, it's a fast growing sport. And never would have thought that we'd get to where we're at in 8 months. My one of my first things were the rulers, like we talked about, and having that
Yes.
done was a big feat for the Tournament Alliance. Getting everybody on the same same page, using the same board. So when an angler fishes a Twisted Cat event or a Cat Masters or Sea Arc or Bama Blues or across the country, they can add that same ruler that each tournament director's using, and we're all using it the same, working with the conservation of each state and making sure we're all measuring the fish the same. So that was a big feat that I wanted to do, and then along with that, working together, like you said, now the news that you're going to announce is going to be pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about that.
Well, we want to welcome Pure Fishing to the American Catfishing Association and to the Tournament Alliance. Pure Fishing has been kind enough to come on board with the ACA, with the Alliance, with their brands Ugly Stick, Abu Garcia, Berkeley. For those that don't know who Pure Fishing is, they are the largest fishing brand holder in the world. Everything from line to scent to hooks to rods to reels. They are just an enormous and very generous organization, both on to this type of thing for sponsorship, but also they're very big into conservation, which kind of goes hand in hand with what we're trying to accomplish as well. So a big thanks to Pure Fishing, along with all of our other great sponsors, including Sea Arc, B&M, Offshore Tackle, and so many others that have jumped in and supported the ACA and certainly our members and the tournament anglers. Now, this is how it's going to work. Every time you fish an ACA Alliance event, now there's 32 trails, 185 events now across the country. You believe that, Alex? 185 events.
Yeah, no, that's a lot of events.
Yeah, they're spread out over 4 divisions. You have Division 1, which is Alex, the Twisted Cat Series is Division 1. You have like Cat Masters, Mississippi River Monsters are some of the other Division 1 events. You have Division 2 events. Division 1 also, Southeastern is another Division 1, and they do a phenomenal job out on the East Coast and the Carolinas. But we have Division 2 events, Division 3 events, Division 4 events, and this is how it's going to break down. First place for Division 1 is $10,000. Second place is half that. Third place is half that again. Fourth and fifth place, there are prizes, and I'm going to get to the prizes in a minute. For Division 2, it'll be $7,500, half that again for second and third, and again prizes. Division 3 is $5,000, $2,500, $1,250, and Division 4, $2,500, half that again. Now, we also are thankful for folks like Garmin and Navionics. We're going to have a live scope that we're going to give away. We have Navionics, I think they're called platinum chips, that we'll be giving away. And we're just getting started, folks. The ACA is only about 3.5 months old. And this is what we've accomplished with the help of folks like Alex and the other ACA Alliance members and so many other people that are involved. Steve Miller, co-director of the ACA, he's the one primarily responsible for Pure Fishing and a lot of the other great sponsors that we have. So hats off to Steve. And personally, I want to thank him for his efforts and all his help. So isn't that great, Alex? You got?
Yeah, no, that's great. That's awesome. That's great news. That's going to really help, boost the points. Everybody likes chasing points, traveling across the country, Midwest, out in the coast, down in Texas. I mean, it's going to be big for, the trails that are involved from Division 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's going to get people excited. That's a ton of money, a lot of good prizes to add to chasing points.
It's a lot of fun. And the nice part about it too is that a lot of the tournaments now are going to a 3-fish limit versus a 5-fish limit. And it's going to help us out tremendously as far as conservation goes. And we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about conservation.
The fear of failure is failure itself. The world of science rewards the ones who are willing to try and fail, because with the courage to fail and to learn, ideas can change the world.
Hey guys, Pipeline here. Do you want the absolute best when it comes to the performance of your reels?
Choose the company Tournament Anglers trust. From our top-notch reel services
To high-end quality terminal tackle.
trust in.
Pipeline Tackle.
It's about conservation, education, community, and fellowship. It's about being part of a common cause for the common good. It's about you. It's about us. It's our time to come together.
All right, we're back. Alex, I got a couple of messages while we were out that folks are asking you to turn up the volume on your microphone, if at all possible. They can barely hear you.
Oh, okay. Let me check that.
Oh, okay. Live broadcasting. Just got up and leave. Fine. Leave me alone, Alex. Thank you. Anyways, conservation-wise, first of all, I want to thank the folks at in Indiana, Corey Peterson, Josh, Indiana DNR. We were talking with them, and I'm going to show you this card. We hope we can do this in a lot of places around the country. This is a catch log, and Indiana DNR has asked us to pass these out to anglers during tournaments and have them fill in their catches, whether they're called or not. And they're going to collect this information and start gathering data, catch data from the tournaments, which I think is a great idea. So the guys in Indiana, thank you for including the ACA. We love the opportunity to help, and we will do anything and everything that we need to accomplish. You know, in that neck of the woods as well, Scott Kress, Rob Benefield, especially Steve Douglas. Thank you very much for working with the ACA as well. There's a lot to be accomplished up in the Ohio Valley area, and we're certainly on board to do whatever it's going to take to get regulation reform in place. Now, kind of the elephant in the room, talking about regulation reform. I just learned today about proposed legislation in Alabama. And they are actually, believe it or not, they're actually proposing removing the length limit in Alabama waters. This legislation apparently was stuck in inside of another bill that was proposed last week. And the first hearing on this is on the 15th, this week. So we need to rally the troops. We need to let the folks in Alabama know that this is not something that we're going to take lightly. And that, as a matter of fact, not only do we want that length limit to stay in place, but we want to eliminate a lot of this gill netting that's going on and a few other things that Alabama seems to be confused about regarding what needs to be enforced and what doesn't. But we certainly want to work with them. We want to be a positive ally and partner with regulation reform, whether it be in Alabama or any other state. And, you know, we're going to do everything that we can on our part to move this along. If you know of any conservation regulation effort that is going on in your state, your area, let us know, please. We want to be part of anything that's going on for conservation and regulation reform. It's important for us. It's important for, I think, all of us to be part of these conservation efforts being made across the country. Folks, we're just getting started. We have a great committee. Mark Johnson's one of them. Ken Smith in Tennessee, a retired biologist. Kevin Smith, the current mayor of Helena and former state senator in Arkansas. These are all great people that are volunteering their time and helping us out with certain aspects of conservation, legal aspects, et cetera. So we're being very, very strategic, and we hope to move that stuff forward. So we're going to go after Alabama. We're going to be sending out a letter tomorrow to the, I believe it's Forest and Agricultural Subcommittee in the legislature that is sponsoring this bill. And we hope to get this nipped in the bud as quickly as possible because, quite frankly, it's unacceptable. So what do you think, Alex?
Yeah, no, I agree. Can you guys hear me better now?
Yes, we can. Much better. Thank you.
I had my volume, I guess, all the way turned down. So anyway, so no, that's great. Again, this is when something like that comes up, that's how we tackle it, working together, uniting, just like in the Tournament Alliance, everybody getting together for the common good and growing the sport. And the same thing with conservation. Now if everybody can get together with the ACA, and the more calls, the more messages they get and letters and stuff, that's what's going to help this. You know what I mean? So again, as you've seen with what we've done in 8 months and to continue to work together, I think it's a great thing.
That's the purpose of the ACA. I mean, it was the purpose from the get-go when pen went to paper. It was to unify the catfishing community. And we talked about pure fishing earlier, and that was one of the things they had commented to us about, is that they really had no place to singularly promote to. And with the Alliance and with the ACA, they feel very, very comfortable and thrilled that they now have such a great outlet for their messaging, along with so many other brands and so many other sponsors. But I digress. The conservation efforts are going to be are important. They're a priority for the ACA. One of the reasons why we started the Alliance, so that folks like Alex and the Alliance members can more or less handle things on their own, and we're just here simply to help. And that's exactly what we do every day. So, Alex, how many reels do you own?
Reels, probably, I don't know, at least 16.
16 reels?
Yeah.
Do they all work right?
Yeah, I keep them. Actually, I sent some of my Shimano Dakotas and Calcuttas to Pipeline Tackle to kind of fix them up, after some use. Took one to salt water, so I had to send them to get a little repair done. But yeah, they all work pretty good.
Yeah, well, Pipeline is unbelievable in what they do, and we're going to apparently the technical issue has been corrected, and we're going to bring in Corey Ramsey from Pipeline Tackle. Corey,
hey Glenn,
can you hear us? Okay,
I can hear you great.
Terrific. Welcome to ACA Live.
Yeah, glad to be here. Yeah, couldn't get in the shop and get the footage that we needed, so I had to move outside to get a little signal. But we're gonna do the best we can, Glenn.
Well, terrific. Well, Corey, quickly tell us about reel maintenance. What's something that we all can do to make sure that our reels stay happy and healthy?
I mean, first and foremost, the number one thing that you would probably be aware of is definitely the worm gear. Your level wind system, dirt and grime can get in there. That's the most common point of failure on these reels is the level wind system. So you definitely want to keep those cleaned out. Don't let them get too grimed up. Don't let them get too dirty. and always keep a little oil or lubrication on them worm gears, and it's going to help extend the life of those reels.
What else can they do? In other words, let's say that I've got a reel that's, I don't know, 20 years old. I've got an old pen reel my grandfather gave me a long time ago. Can you resurrect something like that?
Yeah, you can. Of course, we can, or you could do it at home. You just have to take into consideration that some of the older reels probably had a lot of salt wear, corrosion, and things like that. You need to take the right procedures to go ahead and kind of neutralize those corrosion points, and then from there you can go on with good lubrication and get that reel back in top shape.
Terrific. Sorry, I don't mean to be playing around with the frames. Trying to get a little familiar with all this. Corey, if somebody wanted to, go ahead.
Oh, well, first and foremost, I wanted to start out. By the time I got in, I heard the conservation efforts for Alabama is in the talk, is in the works, and I just wanted to give you props for that because everybody down here is looking forward to the conservation efforts around the Wheeler and Wilson area, and it's just something that needs to be done, and I'm glad everybody's on board, and I'm glad we can move forward with that.
Yeah, we're going to need to get like a petition signed, and we'll try to spearhead that here in the next day or two and get something in place.
Yeah, got to start somewhere. That's right.
Yep.
But all right,
again,
so back to the
we're going to do everything we can. Yeah, please.
Yeah, great. All right, so I could touch base on a little 101 thing here of something that we get in the shop quite a bit, and it's kind of how to adjust your spool. If you want me to run into that real quick, I can kind of jump in and kind of show you a little something like that. Is that fine?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, make it real quick because we're trying to keep this at 30 minutes.
Sure. This won't take but a second.
That's okay. Go ahead, man.
All right. So here's some 101 on the spool. We get people bringing the reels to the shop, and they're making noise. They're not real sure why. It's kind of grinding, blah blah blah, on and on. So we find a lot of times this adjusted properly, and if those spools are not adjusted, you have too much slack carrying on in the reels. So just something quick and easy. If you have a common like 6500, most of the time you're going to have the one adjustment on the handle side. That's pretty simple, to adjust the spool tension here. But something like a 7000, you're going to have two knobs. You're going to have two adjustment points. Now, a lot of people think you can adjust these 7000s from the handle side, and this is false. These 7000s, you need to make sure that this knob on the handle side is completely seated. It's not adjustable. You need to keep that seated, and you need to always adjust from the palming side of the reel. Now, the only exception on these ambassadors would be something like a rocket, where you go like a 6500 rocket. You have the double adjustment knobs, but these, a little bit differently than the 7000, are going to have an O-ring in on this side of the reel. So you don't have to seat that. That's showing you. I don't know if you can see that, but there is an O-ring, a rubber seal right there that continues to hold the tension for your 6500s. Now, what you need to do on these are the only ones that I would suggest that you adjust from this side if they have a double tension knob. And you need to always push this spool as far as you can to the handle side and adjust that center. And you want that spool to be centered in that frame. Once you have that centered, then you could do all your adjustment for casting from the left side. But on your 7000s, you need to always make sure that they're seated on this handle side, and that'll stop a lot of noise, and it'll stop some failure points on your reels because they grind and hammer. So you need to make sure that you do that. So only the 6500s with the O-ring on the handle side can be adjusted, but it's simply just a spool adjustment to center the spool, and you always adjust from the left palming side. The left palming side. That's right. So that was just a simple tip. We get that a lot. Wrong adjusted reels can cause problems, so you want to make sure those are adjusted properly.
Corey, thank you. You guys do a phenomenal job. I can't believe the way. In fact, I'm going to tell folks a quick story. You were telling me a little while ago that somebody sent in some reels or a reel, and you sent it back to him, and he called you up and he said, "Hey man, you sent me the wrong reel." And it was like, no, It's the right reel. it's just all cleaned up. So I mean,
it looks a lot different. Yeah, it looked better.
It looks a lot different. So
better.
you guys do such a great job with them. So anyways, if anybody wants their reel maintained, rebuilt, you want some great tackle, pipelinetackle.com.
That's right. Thank you very much, Glenn.
All right, Corey. Thank you. Alex, what do you think of that?
Yeah, no, that's I learned a little bit there.
Yeah, always do when I talk to those guys.
Yeah, I mean, it was a couple years ago when I sent them I had some old Shimano Calcuttas that I sent them, and they were just kind of all grimed up, and I didn't want to tear into them because I had no idea what I was doing. So I called them up and said I had some reels, and they knew what to do. And I was bumping with them after they sent them back, and I really didn't, they were clean and stuff, but it was a while before I casted it. And I remember the first time that I went to cast it, I about threw all the line off of it. It was pretty cool. So they definitely do something in them. I don't know what they do. When you tell them to kind of fix them up, but
they're like the watchmakers of fishing.
Yeah.
Well, Alex, we got some prizes to give away. So folks, stay with us. We'll be back in a couple of minutes, and we're going to give something away.
No matter how hard you try, keeping your rigs tangle-free is, well, challenging. Well, not anymore with Rig Wrap. Staying tangle-free has never been easier. Just wrap, close, rinse, and store. Simple, right?
Wow.
No matter the rig, Rig Wrap has a storage solution to keep you tangle-free. From conveniently small to offshore extra large, you'll never worry about tangled rigs ever again. Rig Wrap, the world's best fishing rig storage solution.
My doubts it ever happened.
Nope. Heard it all before.
So wow.
It's fantastic.
They pulled it off.
They did it.
What a great job.
The American Catfish Association is the real deal.
It's about us.
It's what we want.
The ACA is about conservation.
It's about a single voice.
A single strong voice. For us, for all of us.
They're keeping their promise.
They're pulling catfishing together.
I have no more doubt.
It's happened.
They're doing a great job.
And it's only going to get better.
You got to join.
You got to join.
I joined to support catfishing? Heck yeah.
I signed up.
I signed up.
I couldn't wait to join.
Everybody.
Everyone.
Needs to get behind.
The ACA.
You need to join.
For sure, join.
Make a difference.
Sign up now.
Get your membership.
Get your membership.
Get your membership at
www.jointheaca. Get your membership at www.jointheaca.com.
Make a difference.
Cat River Anchors.
All right, we're back. My computer's glitchy. I think I need a new computer. This one's not powerful enough to do what we need to do, unfortunately. But look, Alex, we've got a prize wheel.
I like the prize wheel. Yeah.
Rippin' Lips is on here.
Rippin' Lips is on there.
Yeah, we got some rig wraps on here. I should go through this real quick. Tackle Bandit, Mammoth Coolers, ACA, membership to the ACA. Rippin' Lips, Sea Arc, some swag from Sea Arc. Offshore Tackle, Pipeline Tackle, Easy Sinker Slice, Bill Dance Outdoor, an autographed cap from Bill Dance. Meat Hunter Rods, Cat River Anchors, Monster Rod Holders. B&M. Yeah, I said Tackle Bandit already, so that we made the rounds. Alex, we're going to go into random.org here, and give me a second. And okay. Now every
I got to
week,
pick a number.
No, you have to pick a number. I'm just doing one. I'm not picking numbers. That's crazy. You'll probably pick 10 and we'll be here all night. Okay, I got the winner, but before I name the winner, every week you go on to jointheaca.com and register to win on the prize wheel. And we've got some great stuff here. And I mean, rods, rig wrap stuff, rip and lip stuff, monster rod holders, ACA memberships, easy sinker slides. I mean, there's just so much here. So I want to congratulate Carl Vesperman on his win, and we're going to spin the wheel. I got this thing all Tefloned up. Sea-Arc. When you know it. I mean, Sea-Arc hasn't been generous enough to us by providing us the giveaway boat for the Alliance. And now they're going to have to give away more stuff, Steve. So, Carl, you're going to get some swag from Sea-Arc Boats. They are a first-class organization, and I'm guessing the hat, T-shirt, hoodie. I think it's that. It might be a boat. I don't know. What do you think, Alex?
That'd be pretty cool. They already gave the ACA boat, and that's pretty cool. That's going to be at the Sea-Arc tournament and be wrapped.
Yeah, we're going to unveil it. Yeah, we're getting it wrapped this week. It's going to be at Sea-Arc next week. Alex, what do you got coming up?
So just had my third event for the year in Fort Madison, Iowa this past week, and actually yesterday. And then my next tournament will be May 15th in Jeffersonville, Indiana. So the first time Twisted Cat Outdoors has made its way to the Ohio River. Tried for a couple years, and with weather and water, it's always flooding. So hopefully May 15th is going to work out this year. Jeffersonville, Indiana. Heard the fishing's really good this time of year down in Jeffersonville. So really excited to take Twisted Cat there and hopefully gain a lot of new anglers out that way. So pretty excited about that.
Terrific. Are you going to fish any events yourself?
Yeah, so I'm actually next Sunday leaving for 7 days for the Sea-Arc tournament, Sea-Arc Invitational down in Decatur, Alabama. Fished that now. This will probably be my 5th or 6th year in a row, and I always take 1 week of vacation and go down there and with my buddy Seth McAllister from Chicago that actually I met at a tournament years ago one of my first big tournaments, Monsters on the Ohio, and we've been buddies ever since. We were both standing next to each other in the crowd, and ever since then we kind of got together and been fishing and been best friends since. So kind of a unique story.
That's fantastic. Yeah, I mean, that's the great thing about some of these tournaments. And folks, if you fish tournaments, great. Thank you, and being part of the Alliance. Get your membership to the ACA and get into this. I mean, every time you fish an Alliance event, your name goes in the hat to win that Sea-Arc boat. So if you fish one event, it goes in once. If you fish 10 events, it goes in 10 times. And at the end of the year, we're going to have the drawing for the boat. We're going to have a big awards banquet to probably coincide with the Catfish Conference in February of next year. And along with that, again, the great folks, all the sponsors, including the folks from Pure Fishing, Abu Garcia, Berkeley, Ugly Stick, Garmin, B&M, Offshore Tackle, especially Sea-Arc, so many others that have contributed to the Alliance. Thank you. And we've got some great prizes now. I mean, $100,000 cash and prizes, Alex. Still blows my mind.
Yeah, no, that's huge.
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Well, this is our inaugural show. Ran a little longer than we anticipated, but that's okay. We'll get it nailed down. Alex, thank you very, very much for joining us as a co-host. Every week, we'll have a different co-host, different tip. We're going to talk about conservation again. And you got a chance to win some great prizes. So make sure you go on to jointheaca.com, sign up for the ACA prize wheel. And as they used to say, stay tuned. Same time next week, same channel, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Alex, thanks again. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
It's about passion for a sport we all enjoy. It's about conservation, education, community, and fellowship. It's about a single voice of strength. It's about being part of a common cause for the common good. It's about you. It's about us. It's our time to come together.
We're asking you to join us
and becoming proud members, American Catfish Association. You'll be happy you did. They're doing a great job.
Yeah, they are.